Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the tail end of October, which means Bilt Rent Day is right around the corner. And for November Rent Day, the theme seems to be just target offers and see what happens. Now, it's not entirely true, but Bilt is doing a lot of targeted offers to users of both the Bilt card, the Alaska card, and just general Bilt account holders who don't have either of those. So what's going on this month? This month, the big offer is a targeted 100% bonus transfer bonus with British Airways Avios. Now, if you watch my channel, you know that I say an Avios is an Avios is an Avios. You can take your British Airways Avios and you can transfer them inside of the Avios program, one-to-one from British Airways to Aer Lingus or Iberia or Finnair or Qatar. So you can transfer all into British Airways, but if you want to make your booking and not necessarily pay huge British Airways taxes, you can move them over to Aer Lingus, or you can move them over to Finnair, or you can move them over to Qatar, depending on where you're doing the redemption, which one world partner you're doing a redemption on, or potentially even another airline outside of the one world partnership, depending on the airline that you're booking from's partner connections. So Aer Lingus definitely has a relationship with JetBlue and United Airlines. So you could do at least a JetBlue redemption with Aer Lingus Avios. Will not say that you can definitively do United, so I'm going to go with JetBlue here. So the big thing is up to a 100% transfer bonus. I've noticed on Reddit, folks are getting 50%, and it doesn't matter what status you have. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. I don't know how I feel about this just yet, but it is not the same tiered 75, 100, 125, 150, or 25, 150, 175, 200. I don't remember anyone going up to 200, but you know what I mean. So that is the big thing. Other interesting offers that have been related have been targeted Bilt benefits. New this month, a selection of targeted Bilt benefits going out to the members. If you're eligible, you'll see benefits within your app. So what you'll want to look out for is things like waived transaction fees for rent payments on the Alaska Signature credit card. Now, when the Bilt Alaska partnership was announced earlier this year, part of that was you could use your Alaska card to pay rent and get 3 times Alaska miles, and you had to still pay the 3% processing fee. For this month, if you are targeted with this benefit, the first $2,500 in rent, doesn't matter how much you pay in rent, the first $2,500, no fee. That's awesome. So you're going to save about $75. And you're going to get 3 times points with no fee. So, you're effectively buying Bilt points now with your rent. You're effectively buying Alaska miles now with your rent at more than a penny per point value. So that's pretty nice. If you're targeted with that, definitely take advantage. If your rent is more than $2,500, the first $2,500 is fee free. After $2,500, everything after that is going to be the same 3%. So just putting that out there. And I do not know if there's a workaround that you could split your rent payment. Don't ask me. I wouldn't know that. Don't think I can't speak to any sort of hacks or anything beyond that. But if you're putting it on your Alaska card, first $2,500 in rent, fee free. And yes, rent can go well above $2,500. Other targeted offers, Bilt cardholders are being offered up to 2 times points on grocery stores on $250 in spend, so up to 500 bonus points from now until October 31st. I've also noticed on Reddit that folks are highlighting that they're getting offers for rent day 2 times grocery, but grocery would always be 2 times grocery points on rent. So on grocery would always be 2 times points on rent day. I don't know if this is going to make it grocery 4 times points on rent day. Not 100% sure, because the 2 times expires on the 31st, and then everything goes up to 2 times on rent day. So folks may have that wrong. Just putting out there that this is what I've seen on Reddit. People may not be understanding things properly. That's fine. Just highlighting what I'm seeing. So wave transaction fees is interesting. There's also going to be Bilt's giving cooking classes. These are Italian cooking classes in New York and LA on November. Tickets available on November 1st, or tickets available on October 29th. But this will be 4 cooking classes on November 1st. If you're in New York or LA, great. In addition to that, there's the usual Bilt neighborhood dining. New York, LA, Philadelphia. Check your Bilt app to see what's available and what you may or may not be interested in doing. And then the usual fanfare on rent day. You've got Soul Cycle Rent Day Ride. You get one of those free. Rent free game show. This month's guest is Martha Stewart. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, so that makes sense. And then the usual, your Bilt card doubles on rent day. So you get 6 times points on dining, 4 times points on travel, 2 times points on everything else, up to your first $500 in the 2 times everything else category, $330, I believe, on dining, $333, and then $250 on travel. That is all capped at 1,000 points starting this month. That will continue going forward. Now, rent day typically has tiered offers, and status usually means something. This rent day doesn't have that, and that's a little bit of an oddity. But we did have a mention on Reddit from Richard Kerr about this. So from Richard Kerr, this is in the Reddit, in the Bilt Rewards subreddit. I'm going to put the whole post commented in the description here. So bear with me while I read this word for word. The benefits this month are largely targeted, with everyone receiving at least 50% to British Airways, a percentage that was lauded as amazing in the years prior to Bilt existing. I remember as I wrote all the reviews for years before my Bilt life. There are several other targeted offers this month outside of the BA bonus, so check your accounts. Highlighted a few of those. While we won't share why different members are targeted, I'll say that 100% this month is targeted to a large percentage, read majority, of the Bilt base. Status-based benefits are not going anywhere, but we will strive to ensure we are driving the behaviors our partners want to see so we can continue to offer these very lucrative bonuses. So status may start taking on a different something at Bilt. So I don't know what this means for status, but they are insisting that status isn't going anywhere, which is fine, but we'll see what happens. So Kerr did highlight that. This change to targeted isn't necessarily a bad thing. What I always harp on is when companies don't communicate things, and preemptive communication on a change to the style of Bilt rent day offers probably would have been good. At least I think it would have been good. So, that's my 2 cents on it, and you get what you paid for it. Clicking this video and coming this far in. Now, I do also want to give Bilt some props here because they did make a change in the app before rent day. I noticed this past weekend where it gave you a countdown to when Bilt rent day benefits were going to be announced. That's a good thing. I like that. Keep doing that. As for the lack of clarity on what this means for status holders, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. We'll just have to keep seeing what's going on. It looks like status isn't going to play a big role going forward as they're trying to figure out how to keep rent day transfer bonus and rent day bonuses lucrative and still keep their partners happy. And I don't know what, if anything, Wells Fargo may figure into that. I doubt anything, honestly. Most of these things are Bilt moves. I don't think Wells Fargo has anything to do with it. And we'll just see what happens going forward. I'm going to be doing a Bilt year in review video soon, and some of this is going to play into that because, again, following up with why you're doing targeted is good. I feel preemptively getting to that beforehand would have been better, especially with the number of folks here on YouTube who laud Bilt and talk about Bilt. Like, there are many different ways, and I'm not saying talk to me, right? But there are creators that Bilt has connections to and talks to and, gets promotion from who they could say, hey, just so you know, let your audience know something's going to be changing soon. And they have much larger audiences than I do. Or maybe their corporate communications could be better. I'll talk about that more later in the year in review video I'll be doing on Bilt. But that is going to do it for this right now. If you like what I do, hit the like and subscribe button down below. I'll have tidbits out at some point today. We're also recording Stack Your Points today. That is the podcast I do with RJ from Do You Take Cards, Tariq from Reeks Rewards, Lonnie of the Call Me Lonnie channel, and we have special guests from time to time as well. Last week we had Key from Kiki's Adventures. The week before we had Josh Giebel come on with a live that we did, so that was great. So just highlighting the Stack Your Points podcast. Check it out. Hit the like and subscribe button on that one. We are fastly approaching 250 and then hopefully 300 subscribers there. If you want to support me here on YouTube, check out the Tidbit Collectors. That is my one and only YouTube membership level. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Check out the pinned comment for ways to support me outside of YouTube. I do believe I have a Bilt referral down there as well. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.